Emily sat alone in the quiet kitchen, the morning light streaming through the window, casting shimmering streaks across the dining table. The house now felt emptier than ever, with no children's laughter or familiar conversations with her ex-husband. After 20 years of marriage, her relationship had ended, leaving a large void in her life that she didn't know how to fill. Life after divorce was not easy. Emily felt like she was standing at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take. She was used to taking care of her family, with daily routines, and now, with everything changed, she felt lost. In the first days after the separation, Emily often asked herself who she was and what truly made her happy. One morning, while tidying up the bookshelf, Emily happened to find an old book she once loved. She recalled the joy of immersing herself in the pages, the feeling of living in different worlds, and realized it had been a long time since she indulged in this hobby. The thought of joining a book club flashed in her mind like a ray of light amidst gloomy days. That could be a good way to meet new people and find joy again, Emily told herself, feeling a glimmer of hope creeping into her heart. A few days later, Emily found a local book club through a social media post. They were going to discuss a novel she had always wanted to read. She decided to join, even though the anxiety lingered. The thought of walking into a room full of strangers made her nervous, but she knew she needed to do something to change. That evening, Emily stood in front of the mirror, adjusted her hair, and chose a light blue sweater. She took a deep breath, telling herself this was the right step. When she arrived, she saw a group of people gathered in a cozy cafe, the sound of laughter and chatter filling the air. She walked in, her nervousness gradually fading as a woman with a radiant smile approached to greet her. "Hi, I'm Sarah. It's nice to meet you," Sarah said, her friendly eyes making Emily feel more at ease. "Hi, Sarah, I'm Emily. This is my first time joining a book club," Emily replied, feeling relieved by the warm welcome. The evening passed in a cheerful and open atmosphere. Emily quickly integrated into the discussion, feeling like she had found a place where she belonged. She realized that no matter how life changes, there are always new opportunities to explore and grow. As she left the cafe, Emily felt a lightness in her heart. She knew this was just the beginning of a new journey, a journey where she would rediscover herself and explore things she had never known before. A week after the first meeting, Emily felt more excited than ever as she prepared for the next book club gathering. She had spent the entire week reading the chosen novel, savoring each page like an old friend. The initial nervousness and anxiety had given way to anticipation and excitement. As she entered the familiar cafe, Emily spotted Sarah sitting in a corner, smiling and waving. She felt a warm joy at seeing a friendly face in the crowd. "Emily, come sit with me," Sarah called out, her voice cheerful. Emily approached and sat down next to Sarah. "Hi, Sarah. How was your week?" she asked, feeling more at ease as she started the conversation. "Very good, thank you. I've been looking forward to tonight. This week's book was really interesting, wasn't it?" Sarah replied, her eyes lighting up at the mention of the book. "Yes, I couldn't put it down. There were so many details that made me think," Emily agreed, feeling a strong connection with Sarah through their shared interest. The discussion began as other club members gradually arrived. Everyone shared their thoughts and feelings about the book, creating a lively and inspiring atmosphere. Emily felt as if she was reliving her youthful days, when she could freely discuss and share opinions without fear of judgment. Throughout the evening, Emily and Sarah frequently exchanged glances and smiles, as if they had known each other for a long time. Sarah had a captivating way of speaking, making everyone around her feel comfortable and heard. Emily realized that, beyond a passion for books, Sarah had an open mind and a warm heart. As the discussion ended, Sarah turned to Emily, her eyes sparkling. "Would you like to take a walk? I know a really cute little cafe nearby," she suggested. Emily was surprised by the unexpected invitation, but she felt delighted. "Of course, I'd love to," she replied, feeling a gentle thrill. The two left the cafe and walked along the bustling street. The evening air was cool, and the streetlights cast a shimmering glow on the sidewalk. They talked about everything, from favorite books to dreams and future plans. Emily felt like she was discovering a new part of life, a part she had never considered before. When they stopped in front of the small cafe, Sarah turned to Emily, her smile radiant. "I'm so glad you came to the book club. I feel like we have so much in common," she said, her voice sincere. Emily felt warmth in her heart. "I feel the same, Sarah." "I'm really glad I met you," she replied, realizing that her life was gradually changing for the better. That evening, as she returned home, Emily felt an indescribable joy. She knew she had found a special friend and, perhaps, a part of herself that she had lost long ago. The following weeks passed in joy and excitement. Emily and Sarah quickly became close friends, often meeting outside of the book club gatherings. They explored new cafes together, attended art exhibitions, and even tried a cooking class. Each meeting brought new and exciting experiences, making Emily feel that her life was richer than ever. One Saturday afternoon, Sarah invited Emily to her house for dinner. Sarah's home was in a quiet neighborhood with a charming little garden in the back. As Emily entered, she felt the coziness and friendliness from the decor to the pleasant scent of scented candles. "Welcome to my little home," Sarah said, her smile radiant as she opened the door for Emily. "Your house is beautiful, Sarah." "I love how you've decorated it," Emily complimented, feeling immediately at ease. "I'm glad you like it. I've prepared some ingredients for dinner. Today we're going to try making Italian cuisine," Sarah said, leading Emily into the kitchen. As they prepared the meal together, Emily felt a special connection with Sarah. She realized that Sarah was not only a good friend, but also someone with whom she could share everything, from small joys to deep-seated worries. "Emily, did you ever think your life would change this much?" Sarah asked as they chopped vegetables together. Emily paused for a moment, pondering the question. "Honestly, I never imagined it. After the divorce, I felt like everything was falling apart. But meeting you and joining the book club has helped me rediscover joy and meaning in life," she replied, feeling a sense of relief as she shared. Sarah smiled, her eyes gentle. "I feel very lucky to have met you too. You've brought me so much joy and inspiration," she said, her voice sincere. Dinner was warm and cheerful. They enjoyed the meal they had prepared, chatting about favorite books and future plans. Emily felt like she had found a kindred spirit, someone she could trust and rely on. When dinner ended, Sarah suggested they go out to the garden to stargaze. The night sky was clear, with stars twinkling above. They sat together on a bench, silently admiring the beauty of nature. "Sarah, I'm so grateful to have met you," Emily said, breaking the silence, her voice full of emotion. "So am I, Emily. You've become an important part of my life," Sarah replied, taking Emily's hand, creating a warm and meaningful moment. Under the night sky, Emily felt an extraordinary peace. She knew that her friendship with Sarah was not just a part of her new life, but also an important part of her journey to rediscover herself. And in that moment, she felt she had found a place where she belonged. As time passed, the friendship between Emily and Sarah deepened. They became an indispensable part of each other's lives, sharing every joy and sorrow. However, along with this closeness, Emily began to experience new and complex emotions she had never felt before. One evening, after attending an art exhibition, Emily and Sarah decided to take a walk along the riverbank. The cool evening air and the twinkling lights reflecting on the water created a romantic and peaceful scene. They walked side by side, silently enjoying the moment. "Emily, do you ever think about the future? About what you really want?" Sarah asked, breaking the silence, her voice gentle yet meaningful. Emily paused, looking out at the shimmering river. Sarah's question made her think deeply. "I've been thinking a lot about that lately," she admitted. "After the divorce, I felt like I had to start over. But I'm still not sure what I truly want." Sarah nodded, her gaze soft. "I understand. Sometimes I feel the same way. But I think it's important that we are honest with ourselves, no matter how difficult that may be." Emily felt a heaviness in her heart. She knew she needed to confront the emotions that were growing inside her. She had begun to realize that her feelings for Sarah went beyond friendship. But the thought of admitting this made her anxious and afraid. In the days that followed, Emily felt as if she were living in a whirlwind of emotions. She couldn't stop thinking about Sarah, about the moments they had shared, and about the warmth she felt when she was with her. But along with this was the fear of losing a precious friendship if she revealed her true feelings. One evening, while sitting alone in her living room, Emily decided to call her best friend from college, someone she always trusted to share her deepest secrets. "Hi Lisa, I need to talk to you," Emily said, her voice full of anxiety as Lisa answered. "Hi Emily, what's going on?" "You sound upset," Lisa replied, her voice concerned. Emily took a deep breath, trying to organize her thoughts. "I think I have feelings for Sarah, my close friend. But I don't know what to do with these feelings. I'm afraid that if I tell her, I might lose her." Lisa was silent for a moment, then gently said, "Emily, I think the most important thing is to be honest with yourself. If you truly have feelings for Sarah, maybe you should tell her. True friendship can withstand these challenges." Lisa's advice made Emily think. She knew she couldn't continue living in this conflict forever. She needed to face her feelings, no matter the outcome. With newfound determination, Emily decided it was time to talk to Sarah. She didn't know what would happen, but she knew she needed to be honest with herself and with Sarah. And regardless of the outcome, she believed their friendship was strong enough to overcome this challenge. One Saturday afternoon, Emily invited Sarah over to her house to cook dinner together. She was ready for the important conversation she knew could no longer be delayed. Inside her was a jumble of emotions, from anxiety to hope, but she knew she needed to be honest with Sarah. When Sarah arrived, Emily tried to keep the atmosphere relaxed. They prepared the meal together, chatting about the small things that had happened over the past week. But inside, Emily knew the moment to reveal the truth was approaching. When dinner was ready, they sat down at the table, the candlelight creating a warm and intimate setting. Emily felt her heart racing as she looked into Sarah's eyes, trying to find the courage to speak the words she had kept hidden. "Sarah," Emily began, her voice slightly trembling. "There's something I want to tell you. This isn't easy, but I think it's time I was honest with you and with myself." Sarah put down her chopsticks, looking at Emily with concern. "What is it, Emily? You know you can tell me anything." Emily took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "I think I have feelings for you, not just as a friend. I've felt this way for a while, and I can't keep it hidden anymore." Sarah was silent, her eyes wide with surprise. Emily felt as if time had stopped, each passing second heavy with tension. She feared she had broken something precious between them. Finally, Sarah smiled, a gentle and understanding smile. "Emily, I've also felt that there's something special between us. I just wasn't sure if you felt the same way." Emily sighed with relief, feeling as if a great weight had been lifted from her shoulders. "Really? I was worried I would ruin our friendship." Sarah took Emily's hand, her gaze sincere. "Our friendship means a lot to me, and I believe it's strong enough to withstand anything. I'm glad you told me." They sat there, holding hands, feeling the warmth and safety of mutual understanding. Emily felt her heart fill with joy and hope. She knew this was just the beginning of a new chapter in her life, a chapter where she could be true to herself and to the person she cared about. That evening, as Sarah left, Emily stood at the door, watching her best friend's figure fade into the distance. She knew she had done the right thing, and no matter what the future held, she would never regret being honest with her heart. After that emotionally charged evening, the relationship between Emily and Sarah entered a new phase. Both felt relieved and happy knowing their feelings were reciprocated. They began spending more time together, not just as close friends, but as people in love. One weekend, Sarah suggested they go on a picnic at a nearby park. "I think it would be great to have a relaxing day outdoors," Sarah said, her eyes sparkling with joy. Emily agreed immediately. The idea of a picnic with Sarah filled her with excitement. They prepared a basket with sandwiches, fruit, and a bottle of wine, then drove to the park together. Upon arrival, they found a quiet spot under a large tree, spread out a blanket, and sat down. The fresh air and the sound of birds chirping created a perfect setting for the picnic. Emily felt as if all her worries and stress had melted away, leaving only joy and peace. "It's wonderful to be here with you," Emily said, looking at Sarah with loving eyes. Sarah smiled, taking Emily's hand. "I feel the same way. I'm so grateful we found each other." They enjoyed their meal together, talking about everything from future plans to childhood memories. Each story, each laugh brought them closer. After the meal, Sarah suggested they take a walk around the park. They strolled slowly, hand in hand, feeling the strong connection between them. When they reached a small pond, Sarah stopped and looked deeply into Emily's eyes. "Emily, I'm so happy to have you in my life," Sarah said, her voice sincere and warm. Emily felt her heart race. "I feel the same, Sarah. You've brought me joy and meaning I never imagined." In that moment, under the gentle afternoon sun, Sarah leaned down and kissed Emily. It was a tender kiss, full of love and sincerity. Emily felt as if everything around them had faded away, leaving just the two of them and their blossoming love. When they parted, both were smiling, feeling happiness overflowing in their hearts. Emily knew this was a significant turning point in her life, one she was ready to embrace with all her heart. The picnic ended as the sun began to set, painting the sky in vibrant colors. On the way home, Emily felt her heart filled with hope and faith in the future. She knew that with Sarah by her side, she could overcome any challenge and live a full and meaningful life. Emily and Sarah's relationship continued to grow stronger, and they decided to explore new things together that neither had tried before. Every weekend became an opportunity to create memorable experiences, from short trips to exciting activities in the city. One day, Sarah suggested they take a pottery class. "I've always wanted to try pottery, but never had the chance. Would you like to try it?" Sarah asked, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Emily smiled, feeling enthusiastic about the idea. "That sounds interesting. I've never done pottery, but I'd love to try." They signed up for a weekend class and were quickly captivated by the creative process. In the class, they molded clay together, laughing when their first creations didn't turn out as expected. But that didn't matter, because the real joy came from experiencing and learning together. "Look, I think this might be a bowl," Emily said, holding up her oddly shaped clay creation. Sarah laughed heartily. "I think it could be an abstract art piece." The pottery classes not only brought joy but also helped them understand each other better. Emily realized that Sarah had incredible patience and creativity, while Sarah admired Emily's humor and adaptability. Their adventures didn't stop at pottery. They also tried other activities like rock climbing, attending outdoor concerts, and even taking a Thai cooking class. Each experience brought new challenges and joys, helping them bond and create unforgettable memories. One of their most memorable adventures was an overnight camping trip at a national park. Under a starry sky, they sat by the campfire, sharing stories and dreams. "Sarah, did you ever think we'd have such amazing experiences?" Emily asked, gazing up at the night sky. Sarah smiled, taking Emily's hand. "I always hoped I'd find someone special to share these moments with. And I'm so happy that person is you." Emily felt warmth in her heart. She knew these adventures were not just trips or activities, but a journey of self-discovery and love. With each experience, they learned not only about the world around them, but also about themselves and each other. As they sat there under the peaceful night sky, Emily realized her life had changed in ways she never imagined. She had found not only a companion, but also a true love, a love she knew would help her overcome any challenge and bring joy and meaning to her life. Although Emily and Sarah's relationship was growing strong, not everything went smoothly. Like any relationship, they faced challenges and difficulties, both from outside and within. One of the biggest challenges came from societal judgment. Emily and Sarah lived in a small community where same-sex relationships were not fully accepted. Even though they always tried to be true to themselves, the curious glances and gossip sometimes made them feel pressured. One afternoon, while sitting in their usual cafe, Emily noticed a group of people whispering and looking in their direction. She felt uncomfortable, and Sarah noticed it too. "Are you okay?" Sarah asked, her voice concerned. Emily sighed, trying to stay calm. "I'm fine. It's just that sometimes I get tired of the stares and the gossip." Sarah took Emily's hand, her gaze steady. "I know it's not easy, but we can't let others decide how we live. I'm proud of our relationship, and I don't want to hide it." Emily smiled, feeling a bit more at ease. "I feel the same way, Sarah. I just need to remember that the most important thing is that we have each other." Besides societal pressure, they also faced personal challenges. Emily sometimes felt insecure about the future, worrying whether their relationship could withstand all difficulties. Sarah, although always appearing strong, also had moments of feeling overwhelmed by work and life. One evening, as they sat on the sofa, Sarah sighed, resting her head on Emily's shoulder. "Sometimes I feel overwhelmed by everything. Work, life, and the pressures from outside." Emily wrapped her arms around Sarah, sensing her fatigue. "I understand, Sarah. But I believe we can get through anything together. We just need to always be honest and support each other." Sarah lifted her head, looking into Emily's eyes. "Thank you, Emily. I don't know what I would do without you by my side." Sarah's sincere words made Emily feel warm inside. She knew that no matter how many challenges they faced, love and mutual support would help them overcome everything. With determination and love, Emily and Sarah continued to face challenges, knowing that each difficulty only made their relationship stronger. They learned to listen and understand each other better, which helped them weather any storm. Despite the tough times, Emily and Sarah knew they had found something precious in each other, and they were willing to do whatever it took to protect and nurture that love. After overcoming challenges, Emily and Sarah felt that their relationship had become stronger and deeper. Both realized that accepting themselves and being true to who they are was the most important thing for a happy and meaningful life. One morning, as the gentle sunlight streamed through the window, Emily sat at the dining table, sipping her coffee and reflecting on the journey she had been through. She remembered the early days after her divorce when she felt lost and unsure of who she really was. But now, she felt more confident and at peace than ever. Sarah walked into the kitchen, smiling as she saw Emily deep in thought. "What are you thinking about?" she asked, sitting down next to Emily. Emily turned to look at Sarah, her eyes full of love. "I was just thinking about everything we've been through. I feel so grateful to have you in my life." Sarah took Emily's hand, feeling the warmth in that touch. "I feel the same way, Emily. You've helped me realize that the most important thing is to be true to ourselves." With Sarah's support, Emily decided to attend a workshop on self-acceptance and personal growth. She wanted to share her story and inspire others who were struggling to find themselves. At the workshop, Emily stood before a group of people, feeling nervous but also determined. She spoke about her journey, from the difficult early days after her divorce to finding love and self-acceptance. "When I started accepting who I truly am, I found happiness and peace I had never known," Emily said, her voice sincere and full of emotion. "I hope my story can help you realize that we all deserve to live authentically." After the workshop, many people came to thank Emily for sharing her story. She felt her heart fill with joy and fulfillment. She knew she had done something meaningful, not just for herself, but for others as well. Returning home, Emily felt as if she had completed a long journey in her quest for self-discovery. She knew that, no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would always have Sarah by her side, and that made her feel stronger than ever. Sarah greeted Emily with a warm hug. "I'm so proud of you, Emily. You did something amazing today." Emily smiled, her heart brimming with happiness. "Thank you, Sarah. I couldn't have done it without you." With love and self-acceptance, Emily and Sarah knew they were ready for whatever the future held. They had found true love and a life where they could be true to themselves, and that was all they needed. Voyen hung Thursday thatch de qua va tenugate song ben chat, Emily va Sarah bat dao gi vi tuong lai qua ho kung now. Ho de vut qua nu ko con ba hok catch chap nan ban nan, va geo de, ho cam the san song de zay dung mot kuok song chung de wainia. Mok bui sang koi tuan, kai sie hai deng goi tren ban song gam nin ton fo tuk jiak, Sarah Quay sang, Emily voi mot nu koi rang aro. Emily, band about geo gi vi vik chung ta se song kung nao chua? Emily gak nin and hung kong cam thay nin vui tran gap trong long. Thatare, min de gi vi du. Min rat muon chung ta ko mot ngoi na chung, noi ma se hai ko the kung nao tau dung and hung ke wainim. Sarah nam late Emily on mat day quiet tom. Min kung vei. Min gi de den luke chung ta bat dao moti chuang wa trong kuok doi. Voi quiet din du, ho bat dao tim kim mot ngoi na ma se hai du tik. Sao nu tuan tim kim, ho tim the mot ngoi na no shin zan onagwai o, voi mot ku vuan rong rai va on sang tu nin tran gap. Dula noi hon had a ho bat dao kuok song moi. Kai chien den ngoi na moi, Emily va Sarah kung nao trang tri tong gok no, bien no ton mot kong john kung va de tenu. Ho trong hoa trong vuan, trio and hung buk tran u tik len tuong, va tau ra mot gok dok sach tho I my ben qua so. Mot bui toi, kai sie hai deng goi ben nao tren chik gi sofa, Sarah nin quan goi na va noi, min kong the tin rang chung ta de tuk su lam duok du nai. De tuk su lon goi na qua chung ta. Emily mim koi, cam the long min tran de han fuck. Dung vei, va min rat beat on vi koban ben ken trong han trin nai. Kuok song wa qua ho kong chi dung lai o vik zay dung mot ngoi na chung. Emily va Sarah kung bat dao gi vi and hung du din lon han, nu vik di du lich den and hung noi ma sie hai luon mouc, hey tam chi la vik mot chuan safi no. Noi ho ko the chia se neem dam mi voi sach va ne thuet voit song dong. Voi moi gay troi qua, Emily va Sarah sign cam they tu tin han vi tuong lai qua ho. Ho beat rang, du ko bat ky Thursday thatch now fia truok, ho se luon ko now de kung vut qua. Mot bui toi, kain goin gam hong han tu ban song, Emily quay sang Sarah, on mat de yu thuong. Sarah, min rat han fuck vi chung ta de tim thay now. Min kong the tuong kuok song qua min ma kong ko ban. Sarah mim koi, nam chat te Emily. Min kung vei Emily. Ban la nuoi dac beat not trong kuok doi min, va min rat how huk cho doi and hung gi tuong lai se mang lai cho chung ta. Dui bao troi hong han ruk ro, Emily va Sarah beat rang ho de tim the mot tin u dike tuk va mot kuok song ma ho ko the song that voi chin min. Ho de san song cho bat ky dio gi tuong lai mang lai, va du keen ho cam the man mi va han fuck han bao geo het.